Good afternoon. Indian polity. This Indian polity I am going to discuss. So, how I divided the Indian polity? The first is how and what of the constitution. Constitution means what? How the constitution came into existence. What is constitution means? Again I am telling, Indian polity means not everything about not only constitution, more than constitution. 70% is constitution, 30% is application part, Indian polity, 70% is constitution. So what is constitution? How the constitution means how the constitution came into existence. What is the historical underpinnings of the constitution means in British India, where the seed for a separate constitution of India started. What are the legislations which are made by the British India at the times of British rule, British Raj. So that first, this is a subdivision, this is sections. One section, I divided into sections. These are sections. In these sections there are units are there. What I will be telling now. How and what of the constitution. What is the constitution? How the constitution came into existence is the first section. Second section, understanding of the constitution. What type of constitution we have? What we need to understand from the constitution, mainly the union and the states, the citizenships, the fundamental rights, the directive principles of state policy, the fundamental duties. This is the original constitution. Next is system of central government, means how the central government should function. So first section is, which I divided, is how and what of the constitution. So what is the constitution, what is the meaning of the constitution, and how the constitution is made. How and what of the constitution. Number 2, understanding of the constitution. How means main constitution is about the union and its states, citizenship, fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy, fundamental duties. This is the crux of the constitution. The crux of the constitution we need to understand. Second section. In the third section, system of central government. President, Vice President, Prime Minister, Council of Ministers, Attorney General of India, Parliament and Public Fund. This is called as the system of central government. President, Vice President, Prime Minister, Council of Ministers, Parliament and Public Fund and Parliament. This integration is called as system of central government. Those all topics, those all units I will be doing. This is the sections, those are units. Unit wise material will be provided by me on daily basis. Already we sent you the textbook. Hard copy was been posted. Unit wise crux will be sent to you. Everyday basis, all the subjects. What is the crux you have to prepare? Already the textbooks were being sent to you. System of central government. What type of central government? Federal system. India is a union of state or India is a federal system? Federal system means why India is called as a federal system? What is the relationship between the center and the state? Executive relations between the center and the state, legislative relations between the center and the state, and financial relations between the center and the states. Emergency provisions where the relationship between the center and the states are getting altered. Interstate relations. These all things we will be doing under the section called as federal system. In federal system, it is there in detailed description, I will tell you. I made those. Judiciary. In judiciary I am going to discuss about Supreme Court, High Court, judicial reforms, tribunals, subordinate courts. As a one section, total judiciary will be there in that. So first this section I will complete, then next second section I will go, third section I will go section wise. If I complete central system means complete central government system will be completed. Federal system means complete center-state relations and federal features will be completed. Judiciary, Supreme Court, High Court, subordinate court, these all things will be covered. System of state government, governor, council of ministers headed by chief minister, advocate general, here attorney general, here advocate general, and state legislature. These all things will be discussed in the system of state government, system of central government. Next section, 7th section, local government. State government finished, then next is local government. Panchayati Raj institutions, urban local bodies, scheduled 5 areas, scheduled 6 areas, local governments. Constitutional bodies, Election Commission of India, Union Public Service Commission, Comptroller Auditor General of India, constitutional bodies. Non-constitutional bodies, Niti Ayog, Committee for the Welfare of Social Welfare Board. Non-constitutional body, National Commission for Child Rights, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, National Commission for Women, National Human Rights Commission, National Minorities, whereas National Commission for SC, National Commission for ST, National Commission for OBC, constitutional bodies. Individually each and every body will be discussed. Committee and commission recommendations. So these all are sections. In these sections the units are there. For example, first section is how and what of the constitution. How and what of the constitution. What I will be discussing in this. What is the constitution? What is the constitution? Historical background. How Indian constitution came into existence. Where it started all. Which committee recommended for a separate constitution for India? Historical background. Making of the constitution. Who are the members of the constitution? Who rejected it? Who accepted it? What were the visions? What were the objective resolutions of various leaders of making of constitution. Salient features of the constitution. How, what? Salient features of the constitution. Whether Indian constitution is a unitary constitution or a federal constitution. Parliamentary form of government or presidential form of government. All the salient features of the constitution are this section. Preamble of the constitution. What forms the constitution? What forms the how of the constitution? Preamble. So before entering into the constitution, we will be covering in a section called as how and what of the constitution. After this, for every section you will have an exam. After you write an exam, then I will go to the second section. Mains answer writing. Mains test, not prelims test. Every day anyhow you will be having the prelims test. Daily basis prelims test will be there. As told by the GS Parivarthan YouTube video, what all promises were being made, all will be fulfilled with 98% accuracy, 2% out of human error, but 98% we will be implementing it. Preamble of the constitution. How and what of the constitution. Second section, understanding of the constitution. Understanding of the constitution. See, second unit is what? Understanding of the constitution. In understanding of the constitution, union and its territory, article 1, 2, 3, 4, union and its territory. In that, what are the states? What are the union territories? Everything about the states, everything about the union territories we will be discussing. And this content will not be from Lakshmikant. It's a combination of Lakshmikant, Pearson, Indian Polity, Pearson Publications, Indian Polity, and D.D. Basu book. From these 3 books, the best content will be provided. Number 2, citizenship. Article 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. citizenship. What is peoples of Indian origin? Who are NRIs? What is overseas citizens of Indian card holders? Those, everything about the citizenship with the current affair of Citizenship Amendment Act 2019, current affair will be studied here. Third, fundamental rights will be discussed, understanding of the constitution. In fundamental rights, how we will do? Articles, its explanation, examples of those articles, relevant judgments, issues involved and new constitutional amendments to this fundamental rights, and new fundamental rights which added like Article 21A. This is the structure for fundamental rights. This we will be following. Why? Fundamental rights is the basic thing for the constitution. Status of right to property. What is the status now? It's an issue, contentious issue. As a separate topic, subtopic, we will be discussing under the fundamental right. Understanding of the constitution. Directive principles of state policy. How I will do? Articles, explanation, relevant judgments, examples, applications of this DPSP. Similarly, applications of directive principles of state policy and relevant constitutional amendments which happen to directive principles of state policy. So, explanation, relevant judgments, examples, applications and constitutional amendments. Similarly, for the fundamental duties, what are the committees and commissions? What are the fundamental duties recommended by the Swaranjit Committee recommendations? What they told? What are the constitutional amendments which happen to the fundamental duties also? Will come under this fundamental duties. Like this, a structure will be followed. Understanding of the constitution. So basically, basic structure doctrine is also understanding of the constitution. Basic structure doctrine we will do. And that constitution getting amendment, Article 368. How many types of amendments? What are the amendments? Where the major amendment to the constitution happened? In that way we will be following. This is second section. The second section is called as understanding of the constitution. Next. Directive principles of state policy, fundamental duties, basic structure doctrine, amendment of the constitution. Third section, system of government. In this, first I will discuss everything about the president. Again, in president, what are the executive powers, legislative powers, financial powers, veto powers, how he is appointed, how he is removed, when he will ask for the advice of the Supreme Court. Those all things. Vice President of India, what is appointment procedure, what is the removal procedure? Some different. Who are the president, who is the vice president became the president of India? Third, Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. The business of doing the government. Article 74, 75, 76, 77, very important with respect to Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. Attorney General of India. Attorney General of India is also part of the government. Attorney General of India is also a highest law officer of the country. Everything about Attorney General of India. Central government. So, Parliament of India. Everything about the Parliament and the Parliament functionary. Parliament functions. Then Parliament and Public Finances. Consolidated Fund of India. Contingency Fund of India. Public Accounts of India. What are the relevant committees which are being constituted, like Public Accounts Committee of India? So the public funds and the Parliament, the interrelationship. What is the role of CAG? What is the role of Public Accounts Committee? And Comptroller, Auditor General. CAG is also a government officer of central government. This is about the system of central government. These all are units. One by one. For every subunit, you will have test. And for all this, one test. Mains test. Approximately 18 questions will be asked in prelims 2022 approximately. 18 out of 18, 17 should be correct yours. That should be the target. System of central government. Federal system. Federal system. Whether India is a federal or a unitary or a decentralized. India is a quasi-federal. Seems to be federal but not federal. Why so? Why is it so? Federal system. Federal features. Federal system. Center-state relations, very, very important, very long unit. Center-state relations, legislative, executive, financial. Yes. Center-state relations, how legislative relations are there. For example, if any list in the state list need to be amended, what is the role of the parliament? What is the role of the state legislature, executive? When they can impose president's rule, financial, how this devaluation of funds will be happening between the center and the state. Federal features, federal system. Fourth section is federal system. I divided it. So once you completed federal system means your federal system is completed. Interstate relations. Interstate relations. Within the states, what are the relations? What are the problems? Like Kaveri river water dispute. Interstate. Now with respect to the Nagarjuna Sagar issue is going on between Andhra Pradesh and Telangana right now. It's a current issue now, yesterday. Interstate relations. Conflict between the states. Emergency provision is also federal. Why? Because when president's rule is imposed or national emergency is imposed, the relationship between the center and the state is getting altered. The relationship between the center and the state is getting altered. So federal system. In this, we will be having federal system. So once we completed federal system means total related federal will be completed. When we do about the understanding of the constitution means everything about the constitution, everything about the central government will be completed. That is my intention, which is haphazard in Lakshmikant book. After fundamental duties, you will see the doctrine of constitution, you will see the basic doctrine of the constitution, amendment of the constitution. Next section, judiciary. Everything about the judiciary at one place I will discuss. If you see in the Lakshmikant book, there will be Supreme Court at central government and High Court at state government, but both should be discussed together, no? Why? Because it's a judicial thing. High Court nothing to do with state government, High Court nothing to do with state legislature, High Court to do with Supreme Court. Judiciary. How I will be going with judiciary, most important. Supreme Court of India. What are the powers of the Supreme Court of India? What are the appointments procedures of the Supreme Court of India? What is this National Judicial Appointments Commission? What is this Memorandum of Appointments? MOA. What is this collegium system? What is this first judge's case, second judge's case, third judge's case, now fourth judge's case? Recently, 2 months back, central government Ravi Shankar Prasad want to come up with Indian judicial service on the line of IAS, IPS and forest service. Now they are planning for Indian judicial service where the officer who recruited as an Indian judicial officer directly will be recruited as a district judge. One month back, artificial intelligence has been adopted by the Supreme Court of India. Now the judgments will be influenced by the artificial intelligence. A software was being designed, whether it is good or bad, for the judicial system. Why? Because 100 culprits may escape the justice but one innocent should not be punished is our judicial system. Yes, let the 100 culprits escape, but one innocent should not be punished. But how many trials are there? Under trials are there in the jails in India. 60% of them are under trials only, not proven, but they are in the jails. Recently, whether bail is a fundamental right, right to bail is a fundamental right or not, like that we will be discussing. If we do Supreme Court means everything about the Supreme Court. If I prepare for the UPSC exam for 2022, how I will accumulate the resources, those all resources will be pumped here. Judicial reforms, public interest litigation, judicial review, judicial activism, judicial overreach. Yes. What are the reforms expected? Whether really National Judicial Appointments Commission is unconstitutional. Sometimes the Supreme Court of India is entering. Don't enter the trucks into the Delhi. Already executive body is there, Central Pollution Control Board. Your duty is to check whether the laws and the policies made by the government is according to the rule of law. But why you are giving orders for the Pollution Control Board? You are telling that in Delhi the crackers should not be done. Who are you to tell whether executive is not, it's good or bad? Then the judiciary, yes, when the executive is not performing its duty, I need to enter into it. Reforms compulsory, every year one question will be there in this. Indian polity, Indian governance, we will be doing in an integrated way. 250 hours of Indian polity and Indian governance I am promising to you. Just listen the class. Not hurry-burry, slowly. New reforms in judicial system. What are the new reforms in judicial system? How many benches are there of high courts? There is a recommendation by a committee which told that there is a need for decentralization of Supreme Court. Why? Because from a South India or from a Northeast India or from the Gujarat, if they want to go to the Supreme Court, they have to travel long distance. Why we should not have a decentralized bench of Supreme Court in Hyderabad or any place in South India or in any place of North India or West India or East India, so that it will become easy, it will be convenient for the people of India. Yes, convenience is also important. Judicial reforms, new reforms. High courts of India, how many high courts are there? Prelims point of view. Article 13, Article 32, laws inconsistent with the fundamental rights, abrogation of enforcement of the fundamental rights. Students will not understand the basic difference between Article 13 and Article 32. What is Article 226? Everyone will tell that Article 226 is having more writ power than the Supreme Court. Why? And I am a call away. If you get any doubt, just you can call me. I am a call away, 100%. High courts, tribunals. You know, the recently Supreme Court of India told that the tribunals are unconstitutional. Why? Because it is the appellate jurisdiction is the basic structure of the constitution. From any body, appeal can go to the Supreme Court. But in tribunals, what is happening? The judgments are not being appealed in the Supreme Court. Supreme Court is telling that it is violation of basic structure. Why? Because everything will be appealed to the Supreme Court. The final interpretation will be done by the Supreme Court, but at the tribunal stage itself it is coming to an end. Why so? Whether Supreme Court, whether the judiciary of India is entering into the ambit of the executive, ambit of the legislature. For example, an issue like Ayodhya can be dealt by the parliament, so that the people's leader will come in with an opinion, but Supreme Court, you are giving the judgment. Then when the minority is asking to the when the minority is asking to their people's leader, to their executive, the executive is telling that we have nothing to do. Why? Because it's a Supreme Court judgment. If I talk against Supreme Court, it is called as contempt of court. Section 377 you made decriminalized. Section 377 can be removed by a law, but Supreme Court, why you decriminalized it? You should give the chance to the parliament. There will be discussion will happen. The people will come out who is supporting section 377, who is not supporting section 377, who is supporting Ayodhya temple, who is not supporting Ayodhya temple. The world will know, the people will see. But judiciary, if you are going to give the judgment, then how people will come to know which parliamentarian is having which opinion? The Chief Justice of India, after resigning, immediately he is becoming a Rajya Sabha member. Why? Why is it so? Whether we should stop the Supreme Court judges also post-retirement posts? This type of questions will come. Post-retirement jobs. After retirement, they should not be recruited. Then he will be very independent. He will not look at any person. But if the executive tell that you give this judgment, after you retire, I will give you Rajya Sabha seat, then 100% his judgment will be biased. Yes or no? So such a type of analysis is required. Comptroller Auditor General of India. You are the person responsible for the 2G spectrum, became popular because of the Vinod Rai. After his retirement, he became BCCI president. So post-retirement benefits, post-retirement jobs should be there or not? Tribunals, subordinate courts also important. Subordinate courts. What are those subordinate courts? This Indian Judicial Services officers will be recruited in the subordinate courts. If they work for 5 years as the district judge, then they will get a chance to become the judge of High Court. You know, according to the Law Commission report, 252 Law Commission report, the most corruption in the judiciary is happening at here. District level, huge corruption. Every case is corruption. Every case involves corruption at subordinate courts. At subordinate courts. So what type of reforms required? What type of reforms required? How the judiciary should be proactive? Any constitutional amendment is required. What are the constitutional amendments made by the Indira Gandhi? That Supreme Court doesn't have power on the Constitutional Amendment Act, but it was been reversed by the Kesavananda Bharati judgment. All the judgments we will be discussing, all the judgments. With the issues, separately also I will take 2 classes on Supreme Court judgments. Only Supreme Court judgments. I stopped everywhere. I am teaching nowhere now. So I have time. With you only I will work. I will do lot of homework, I will get new content and I will be giving you. Judiciary. 6th, system of state government. In state government. System of state government. Governor powers need to be compared with the president's power. Sometimes the governor, people will tell that the governor is powerful than the president. Some section of people will tell that president is powerful than the governor. Then we can expect a question. The governor is independent when compared to the president, or the president is independent when compared to the governor. Substantiate it, justify it. The judicial powers of the president is more when compared to the judicial powers of the governor. Justify it, substantiate it. Whether governor compulsory listen to the president of India. Whether governor is not a constitutional body, governor is the agent of president. Agent of president means a rubber stamp of president. President himself is a rubber stamp of council of ministers headed by the prime minister. So governor doesn't have any independence. Governor compulsory should listen to the president. Whether there is a requirement of a removal procedure for the governor, these all things, it should be on the tip. Fatafat you have to tell. Governor who is recruited by the central government, as he is recruited, he should bend to the central government, whatever the central government is telling. Current affair issue: West Bengal governor is accusing the governor of West Bengal. The governor of West Bengal is acting as the agent of central government, and governor of West Bengal is telling that such type of government I never seen, so much of violence in West Bengal. The governor and chief minister daily argument in the national media. Whether it is good for the country? Both are constitutional bodies. One is governor, other is chief minister. Both are making fun on each other, both are commenting each other. Whether because of such activities, whether the people will have trust on the Constitution of India, whether people will trust the systems in the future, whether the systems are getting eroded, yes or no? The issue is there or not with West Bengal governor? Yes. When the Prime Minister visits the state, West Bengal state, the Chief Minister will come to the meeting delayed, late, and the Chief Secretary will be absent. Whether that is the decorum which need to be maintained between the Prime Minister and Chief Minister for the country of India. And when the Chief Minister, when the Chief Secretary is behaved, the central government will send a letter to the Chief Secretary, come on, deputation to the central government. And the Chief Secretary will resign. It's a story, these all things. Chief Secretary means you people, IAS officer. Most expected interview question this time. Lakshadweep administrator is changing the landscape of Lakshadweep. He is banning from eating beef. He is restructuring the Lakshadweep. He came up with a Gunda Act where people are getting arrested unnecessarily. The peaceful Lakshadweep is becoming violent now. Is it necessary? What is the role of the administrator of the Union Territory? Yes. State government or Union Territory? Current affair Lakshadweep, yes or no? Lakshadweep is a current affair or not? Any Union Territory topic without Lakshadweep issue, your answer is incomplete for 2021 and 2022. So we have to link the current affairs. That is the skill. For any topic you have to bring one issue and you have to substantiate it. For any topic you have to bring one issue and you have to substantiate it, and that issue should be the contemporary or current issue. West Bengal, whether president's rule need to be imposed. Post-violence, post-poll violence which happened in West Bengal, nearly 30-40 people were being killed. Is it good for the country? Whether president's rule should be imposed? Yes. Buying and selling of the legislatures will happen. State legislature. Buying and selling of the state legislature will happen by one government, by the another government. Immediately he jumps from one party, he will become the minister. He will jump from the other party, he will become minister directly. Is it not directly we can see because he is jumping the party, he got a post. Is it not a mocking of democracy? Whether democracy is not made fun, I gave him vote. Why? Because he was an independent. After winning as an independent, he is jumping into the other party. I thought he is independent and I voted him. Now he jumped the party. Next time whether I will go for voting? So how? Like that we have, with a solution we have to come forward. With the solution we have to come forward. And you should not give the solution. Who are you to give the solution? Who am to give the solution? Which committee gave the solution? This committee told this. This commission told this. So your answer will become an expert answer. Your answer will become of becoming an IAS officer, becoming of a civil servant. So like that, for every topic, if you have this, no? Yes, for every topic. State legislature. Compare the state legislature with central legislature. Compare the state legislature with central legislature. Whether both are the same, the functioning is same, ordinances is same, the business of the parliament and the business of the state legislature is same. Comparative you have to study. You know, any study, if you study comparatively, you will remember lifelong. If you are studying economy, compare it with China's economy, you will remember. When you are reading state legislature, compare with parliament, you will remember. Oh, अच्छा पार्लियामेंट में ऐसा है, स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर में ऐसा, गुजरात में ऐसा है, बिहार में ऐसा है, लक्षद्वीप में ऐसा है, लद्दाख यूनियन टेरिटरी में ऐसा है. Another issue. Recently, Narendra Modi government told that we are going to give the full state status to Jammu and Kashmir. So what, by giving full state status, what privileges they will get? What benefits they will get? Is it good? Expected question for 2021 mains. We can, when we read the newspaper, we can analyze nearly 200-300 questions, expected questions. Special provisions for some states. There are special provisions like northeastern states, like Telangana state, like Andhra Pradesh state, like Punjab state. Some of the states have some special provisions. What are the special provisions? Why they got the special provisions? Special status will be there. No special status also we will be discussing. 8 northeastern states plus Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand and Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory and Ladakh Union Territory now got special status. What is this special status? You have to complete topics, you have to do topics. Subject knowledge you have to get and topics. Yes, this is special status. This is schedule 5, this is schedule 6. See, I know most of them who once read, some of them are thinking that they read Lakshmikant. Can you tell me one difference between, in the constitution there is parts are there, no, PA, RTS, parts and schedules. 12 schedules are there in the constitution. What is the difference between the parts and schedules? Why they divided into parts? Why they divided into schedules? Yes or no? Tell me, answer someone. What is the difference between the schedule and parts? Some difference will be there. That's why they named it as parts and schedules, no? There is some specific meaning is there. Tomorrow we will enter into the subject. I will start with that only. Systems of state legislature. In the next section, 7th section, local government. See here, I told you, 6 sections. 7th section is local government. So local government. What we will be discussing in the local government? Panchayati Raj, Indian polity prelims question every year. One question will be from 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act or 74th Constitutional Amendment Act. Take my word. Local governments, Panchayat Raj, everything about the Panchayat Raj, 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, 74th Municipality, 74th Constitutional Amendment Act, evolution. Balwant Rai Mehta came into picture, Ashok Mehta Committee came into picture, G.V.K. Rao Commission came into picture, L.M. Singhvi Committee came into picture. Finally, in 1993, we came up with 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act. Whether Rajiv Gandhi didn't try it in between, Rajiv Gandhi also tried in between. Municipalities. What is the difference between Nagar Panchayat, municipality, municipal corporation? We will only read Swachh Bharat, Swachh Bharat, Swachh Bharat. We need to know that differences, that nuances. Nagar Panchayat bole to kya, Nagar Panchayat bole to kya, municipality bole to kya, and municipal corporation bole to kya. हमारा system में MPTC, ZPTC बोल के रहता है. Can you tell me फटाफट how the MPTC and ZPTC are elected? What are the functions of MPTC and ZPTC? We know only MP and MLA. MPTC, ZPTC, they will have funds with them, lot of funds with them. Local government, Panchayati Raj system, municipalities. See, problem with Panchayati Raj, the big problem with Panchayat, what will happen means, municipalities also, they will collect the property tax and they will give it to the state government. And the state government will fund will use the money for its purpose. But money is coming from this municipality, the money is coming from this panchayat, that money will not be used for its development. You are getting money from this municipality, but you are not using the money for the development. There is no proper road, there is no proper drainage, there is no proper drinking water taps. The big problem for this municipalities and panchayat is lack of resources. So how they will get the resources? Finance Commission will give the resources, central government will give the resources, state government will give the resources, or self-financing by taxation. They will be self-financing also. Sometimes in famous villages, when we enter into the village, they will ask for tax 10 rupees ticket. Shani Singanapur near Shirdi. It's a Gram Panchayat. If you want to go through the vehicle, they will charge 20 rupees. They will tell that it's for Gram Panchayat fund. That is called as local finances. That is good only. That Shani Singanapur village is famous. Fine. What about other villages then? Then entering into every village, start collecting the tax means no one will move on, everyone will stay at home. So how to mobilize the resources? The big problem for the Gram Panchayats and municipalities is the mobilization of resources. That points, mains perspective, that is called as mains perspective, not 73rd, what is 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act? What are the criticism of 73rd? No, there are some specific practical problems are there. Those practical problems we will be discussing in the classroom. What I know completely I will be teaching here. What resources I accumulated from the last 15 years, everything I will put it here. So that you should get marks. And all my teachers also, other teachers also, same way I told them in the beginning itself. This is very, very important batch. Parivarthan batch. We want results. Prelims should be cleared everyone. Mains should be cleared everyone. Who are studying. If you are not studying, how I can clear? We will do. In other institutes, it takes 20% teacher contribution, 80% your contribution. Here, 40% our contribution, 60% your contribution. Remember, majority is your contribution only. If you don't study, what we can do? We can take a horse near the water, but whether we can make the horse to drink the water? We can take the horse near the lake, but whether we can make it to drink the water? No, it should come from inside. Yes. Scheduled areas 5, Schedule 5, Schedule 6, schedules of the Constitution. Schedule 5 is called as scheduled area. Schedule 6 is called as tribal areas. So how administration is there in Schedule 5 areas? How administration is there in Schedule 6 areas? That is very important. Tribal Advisory Council is there here. Autonomous District Councils is there here. Governor is having power here. Governor is having heavy power here. Why so? Whether state government is not there, whether Gram Panchayats are not there, why special bodies are there like Tribe Advisory Council, Autonomous District Council, whether Gram Panchayat is absent here? Peace Act, Panchayati Raj Extension to Schedule Areas Act 1996. That act will come here. Panchayati Raj Extension to Schedule Areas Act will come here. Scheduled 5 areas, tribal areas, Schedule 6 areas, Schedule 5 areas. What are this Schedule 5? What expected question? From this section, mains 1 question, prelims 1 question. Damn sure. Damn sure. Take my word. When there is certainty, put energy here. When there is certainty, put energy here. Put your energy where there is certainty. If you are studying, I am ready to make you study. If you are not studying, why I will waste my time? Local government. 8th section. What is the 8th section? Yes, constitutional bodies are the 8th section. In this section, what are the units are there? Yes. What are the units in this 8th section? What are the units in the 8th section? Election Commission of India. Election Commission of India. Mamata Banerjee accused the constitutional body. The elections were being, the dates of the West Bengal elections were being declared by Election Commission with the comfort of BJP. So when any state government accuses such institutions, constitutional institutions, the authenticity of that institutions will decrease or not? Tell me. Whether the seriousness associated with the constitutional body will reduce or not. Someone told you, Union Public Service Commission is taking money and giving IAS rank. Whether the credibility and the respect which is associated to the UPSC will reduce or not. It is wrong, I am telling you. In the same way, if Election Commission is accused, whether that is a democracy, that is a conscience keeper of the democracy of India is Election Commission. If the credibility of the Election Commission of India is at stake, whether there will be trust deficit or not, EVMs are there, electronic voting machines are there. We can tamper it, we can change it however we want, we can disappear it. Whether when we are going and clicking the button, whether we will be confident. So, Election Commission, powers of Election Commission, election reforms also we will be doing with this, election reforms. So how it will happen means, we made a batch in our app, polity one batch, economy one batch, all the lectures will be line, so that when you want to listen the polity classes, directly you can click the polity Parivarthan batch, all the polity classes will be there, economy classes will be there, geography classes will be there, so there will be clarity. So all at a one point, all at a one point, all at a one point. And lecture titles will be given properly. Lecture 1, introduction. Lecture 2, UPSC, your commission. Union Public Service Commission, UPSC. What are how the members of the UPSC, how the chairman of the UPSC is appointed. How the removal, if any person is corrupted in the UPSC, how we can remove him. What are the powers and functions of the UPSC? Yes, very important. CSAT was introduced by the UPSC chairman. Lot of criticism against him. State Public Service Commissions. State Public Service Commissions are every time they are under eye of corruption. Interview marks will be corrupted. People will be taking the money and they will be giving the interview marks. Yes or no? So how we can remove them? How we can remove them? Finance Commission, Article 280 of the Constitution talks about the Finance Commission. What are the powers and functions of the Finance Commission? How the appointments of the Finance Commission will be happening? How many members will be there in the Finance Commission? On what basis the devaluation of funds will be happening? Finance Commission. Right now, what is the constitutional body? GST Council is the constitutional body. The GST prices, IGST prices, CGST prices, SGST prices will be decided by this GST Council. Recent issue, the vaccines are under the GST ambit. The medicines are under, the COVID medicines are under the GST. Lot of criticism. We can expect a question in 2021. The emergency medicines should not be under the tax ambit. Yes or no? The emergency medicine should not be under the tax ambit. Why? Because of taxes, the prices of the medicines are increasing more. Already out of pocket expenditure is happening on the medicine, on the health. Again you are putting tax on it. You have to provide it for free of cost. Education and health is the responsibility of the governments. In spite of providing free of cost, you are increasing the prices of the emergency medicine. Yes or no? The education and health should be under the control of the government, and it is a responsibility of the government to provide it free of cost and affordable and quality. Why? Because it's a basic necessity. Why the people of country is paying the taxes? And GST on the emergency medicine, that is what Nirmala Sitharaman was being made fun out of it. She is putting taxes on the medical, on the emergency medicines. It's a current affair. 15 days back it was a current affair. 45 days. When June 1st he told from June 21 onwards the vaccination will be provided free of cost, Narendra Modi, by that time everyone became silent. No, medicine should not be under the ambit of the tax. Education should not be under the ambit of tax. For example, academies. See, IAS coaching or any coaching, for example, I am telling you. Poor people who believe that I cannot get a government job, so I will join this academy and I will improve myself and I will attempt the exam. He is already an unemployed person. Academy will not give anything to the government. Academy will charge on the student. So 18% tax will be on the student, it will be going to the government. Whether 18% on the education field is recommendable? Another question. Before GST, 18% was not there. When GST came, the fees of this academies increased. Why? Because 18% compulsory is going to the government now. So who is facing the problem? Institution is not facing the problem. Why? Because the burden is pumped to the student. If the burden is not pumped, the government is catching the institution. Prices are increasing. At least in the COVID times, when the economy is not running, then the taxes rate should be reduced. Yes. That type of things are very important. Finance Commission, GST Council, a new constitutional body. NCSC, National Commission for SC, constitutional body. National Commission for ST, constitutional body. National Commission for BC, constitutional. Now it's OBC is also a constitutional body now. Whether they are powerful, whether really they are addressing the problems of SCs, whether they are really addressing the problems of STs, whether they are really addressing the problems of BC, there is a big controversy. You government, you made a National Commission for BC as a constitutional body, but when the NCBC was a statutory body, I will tell you what is this statutory, etc., etc. When it was a statutory body, it was more powerful than the constitutional body. You had removed its all power and just gave constitutional status. We can expect a question. What is the difference between the legislative or statutory NCBC and constitutional NCBC? Special Officer for the Linguistic Minorities. Special Officer for the Linguistic Minorities, yes, for the protection of the linguistic minorities. So all the constitutional bodies, compulsory one question in Indian polity, prelims, one question in mains, compulsory on constitutional bodies and non-constitutional bodies. In polity, one question from constitutional body, one question from non-constitutional body in prelims. In mains, one question either from constitutional body or non-constitutional body. Next, 8th section. 8th section, constitutional body. 9th section, non-constitutional body. BCCI, Board of Control of Cricket in India. Every year average income is 5,000 crores. Whether it should be given a statutory status or not, whether it should be regulated or not, it is independent. Without any statutory backing, without any rules and regulations controlled, but what will happen? Money will be misused, no? That much amount you can convert to the medicine, you can convert it to the education sector. Niti Aayog, non-constitutional body, without any statutory backing, without any constitutional backing, it is advising the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister. What authenticity, what credibility Niti Aayog had? Yes, constitutional experts are questioning the Niti Aayog now. National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, most successful statutory body in India, NCPCR, perfectly functioning. Why so? Why it is successful? Other statutory bodies, other constitutional bodies are not functioning. Statutory body means a body which is formed by the law. Constitutional body means the body which is formed by the constitution. Executive body means the body which is formed by the policy of the government. National Commission for the Protection of Child Rights, National Commission for the Protection of Minorities, or NCM, simply National Commission for Minorities, National Commissions for Human Rights, National Human Rights Commission, National Commission for Women. These are all statutory bodies. There is a popular saying, National Human Rights Commission doesn't have teeth. It don't have any power to give punishment only. It is just advisory in nature. If it is advisory in nature, who will listen, man? There is a big criticism against NHRC. There is a recommendation from Law Commission also to improve the powers of NHRC. Whether NHRC is not the torchbearer of protection of human rights in India? Yes. The human rights in prison is maintained by the National Human Rights Commission. Vismaya, a lady, was been killed in Kerala. National Commission for Women is silent. So whether they are effectively functioning or not, whether they are properly functioning or not, non-constitutional bodies, in detail, all the non-constitutional bodies of the country will be covered. What are their powers? What are their duties? What are their functions? How the members of these non-constitutional bodies are appointed? How they are removed? And the last section is committee and commission recommendations. 100, all the committees and commissions, content will be provided, explanation will be happening, like first Administrative Reforms Commission, Santanam Committee, Sarkaria Commission, Punch Commission, second Administrative Reforms Commission, all the committees and commissions with respect to the polity of India, all the committees and commissions content will be provided to all of you. Already we sent you 8 NCERT books, hard copies were been sent, 4 standard books were been sent. This all topic wise content will be, everyday basis it will be pumped to you.